unavoidable at this point.
Ready to close her out? Major or minor?
Both.
Okay. Well. Hello there. Welcome to Theory Thursday. I'm your host, MikeRuggirello, and my esteemed co-host.
Once again, Jason Thomas, and thanks for coming out and watching us.
Theory Thursday and Singular Sound. We bring you the guitar player of, well, you've seen him around town. He plays in multiple outfits. Puente, Wise Monkey Orchestra, and he is the creator, lead songwriter of David and the Goliaths. David and the Goliaths.
David and the Goliaths.
Yes, David and the Goliaths. Welcome, the unparalleled, unstoppable David Carano.
Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome, dude.
Thanks for the kind words.
Yeah, man. It's the least I can do. You know I love you.
Love you too.
Right on. I'm glad you're here. And that was a fun jam. We were using. Welcome Jeff to the show. Jeff, say hi.
Jeff.
So he's our drummer. That last opening jam, we were using Funk 5 at 90 BPM. So all of you guys that are out there, please, we highly encourage you to share the show. Share with us. Help us grow Theory Thursday. And please let us know where you're chiming in from. Anywhere in the world, write it in the comments. We would love to know. It really helps us, makes us feel good. So here is David Carano. What's going on, man? What's going on?
How you doing, Mike?
I am good. I'm relaxed and I'm all loosened up. I'm actually warmed up.
I feel a little better now too. I'm still a little clammy, but that goes with the territory, right?
Yeah, you comfy? How's that seat? Is that
It's
one? Yeah, it's good.
It's good. The problem is my butt has no cushion on it. So whereas some people are like, yeah, I'm like, there's nothing there. It's just bone. I'll show you if you want to sit on your lap.
So we're gonna get right back to you. I'm just kidding. So let's talk about this guitar. This is a rad guitar.
It's my Jeff Vincent Stella Blue model. We talked about it last time. People really seem to like this guitar. It's very light.
Let the world know about some of these.
Also today I brought my Jeff Vincent ukulele, which also is a great,
beautiful
great
Koa. Yeah, well, yeah, matching headstocks.
Yep.
Looks like he makes some really nice instruments. I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting him yet, but he's obviously San Diego local.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And I noticed what's going on here is
the gills. It's totally hollow. And these are his F holes. They're called gills. You can hear it a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
Cool. So cool.
For a while, I stuffed foam in them, but I just took it out.
Well, look
took
at
like
the
3 hours to get it out of there.
Show the audience the back of the guitar. Look at the two-tone. Boy, oh boy, what a custom build. That is nice. That is beautiful, man. Is there anything, wow, even a nice piece of wood for the cover right there? Is that a Paduk or another piece of...
Some Paduk or some Badunk, you know.
But not Paduk.
You know, tomato.
Yeah.
So... I have no way to get in to change the electronics, so I said this on the last show. I recently brought it into him, and recently, a year or two ago, and he cut that out, put it in there so that I could mess with stuff if I wanted to.
Good. Have you messed with anything?
I haven't. It's got some Seymour Duncan 59s in it, but I recently
Mike, you're right.
saw a buddy of mine that has the same guitar but a red one, and we're going to compare and contrast.
Red one like this?
Yeah. And we were going to check each other's guitars out. And he says that he put some other pickups in his and some P90s in there that fit in the square spot. And he says it sounds great with those. So we're going to compare and check it out. The guitar sounds so good, I don't really think it matters what pickups you put in it. It's got like a really unique sound. It's very dynamic. Like more than any guitar I've ever owned. If you play quietly, you can't hear it. And it never really gives up on volume. So like you can put it on the front pickup and, but if you like, it's kind of hard to control, but if you're feeling really on top of your game for the night, it's great because you can dig in and you can sort of get that back pickup telly Stratocaster percussion sound.
Yeah,
with it, which is what I love. So it's airy, but you can also, get some bite out of it.
Rad. So rad. I noticed that there's no pickup selector.
No, blend knob. I'm all about the blend knob. It's like I played some basses that had that and decided I want my guitars to be like that, and so he did this for me, and now I'm in the process of getting all my guitars done like that because I really like the Gibson. The thing that the Gibson having a master volume for each pickup is one of my favorite things to mess with.
I like that too.
And this I just have one knob to mess with, so I can slowly ease in the front pickup.
So dynamic sounding.
Yeah, you're playing. You're like got a little thinner sound. And if the band starts playing louder, you want a little more meat.
It's wow.
You know that one?
Wow, what a great,
You know that one?
what a great lick.
Steve Vai, Attitude Song.
Oh yeah, totally of course.
Anyways, I don't know.
Rad, man, you're so full of surprises when it comes to the shred and that Dio jacket. Is that your Dio jacket?
No, it's my brother's. My brother Mike Carano has a podcast, and people send him stuff all the time. He's got a little name for himself. He's really funny.
Wow.
And he's great. He's great at everything he does. He's very funny and very he's great. He writes great songs. I love my brother a lot. My oldest brother Mike, which a lot of people don't know. They know Joey and Nikki, but they don't know my oldest brother. And how did I get into talking about that?
Dio jacket.
The Dio jacket.
So either he bought it or someone sent it to him, and he brought it down to a family dinner, and I put it on for a photo.
Yeah, I like that
It's
picture.
a real deal from the old days, you know.
That's such a great jacket.
We'll post a picture in the comments.
We'll post a picture in the comments. Dio passed away yesterday, 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, so there was some stuff on Facebook about his, everyone's real hip to celebrating Randy Rhoads' death, which is March 19th. Right. So yesterday was...
and then speaking of which, Chris Cornell, very sad.
Very sad. Very sad. Yeah, it's... I don't really feel like I can elaborate on such things. I think a lot of us were all feeling a big loss with Mr. Cornell. Yeah. And speaking of, has he influenced you?
Yeah, I'm funny about songs because there's a lot of artists that I love, but I can only name one or two albums. Because if I find one or two albums I enjoy a lot, I sort of move on beyond that because I'm not trying to sound. I end up sounding like people when I listen to them too much. And so he's one of the, but yeah, I mean, come on, you can't deny anything. Soundgarden is one of just the best rock bands ever. I mean, they managed to do stuff that was within the ballpark of pop. It was popular. They played on the radio, but these odd time signatures and the songs he writes are, in my opinion, genius. I mean, Black Hole Sun is one of the on my top 10 list of just songs that influenced me cosmically and everything, and it's so sad.
Yeah, it really is. Would you grace us with a little piece of music?
I don't know if how well I know it, but
I don't think it matters.
It's like that. Such a
wow, man! Won't you come, wash away the rain?
So.
Oh man, it's starting.
Rest in peace, Chris.
Rest in peace, Chris. Unexpected and emotional right now.
Over to the side more. Sorry, where'd you go? Should I put it on my strap, maybe?
Okay. Yeah, because your guitar strap is blocking it. Thanks.
Maybe.
Is that better? Can you hear it better?
I'd
there?
like to chime in. It
Is
wouldn't
that
be
better?
Theory Thursday without some technical difficulties, so bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
It's part of the fun going live.
And also, please chime in with some comments. If you have any questions for the guys, I'm going to intercept them and read them out to them. So
I'm gonna make
feel
sure
free.
I have the feed going in mine. Pardon me, I did this last time.
Oh, that's
Doing
cool.
it again.
The phone solo? Well, while
Right.
David is
We're going.
fine, you got it? Yeah, good,
Yeah.
cool. Hey, you know what? When you showed us that piece of Black Hole Sun right there, hearing the arpeggio and that guitar and you doing it, that was beautiful, man. It does not matter that you finished it. Giving some love in that capacity is so important.
My band does play a reggae version of that song.
Are you? Wow, really?
It works well. I like to flip, you know.
What a nice touch on giving the moment some levity. Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Still working on it. Gotta work on that.
Yeah, that part's so cool.
So I've been working on it. The lyrics are weird. I mean, he can manage to write and say things that I would never say, but do it in a way that's beautiful. I mean, you know, he's a poet.
Indeed.
Like, far too long for snakes. What is that one line he says in that? I knew it. I could have quoted it all to you driving up here, but I can't think of it now.
When I hear you say that, I think of Bustle in a Hedge Grove from Robert Plant. You know, these very, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
clever, poetic.
I don't feel like I'm that kind of lyricist. In some songs, maybe a little bit more artistic lately, but I'm just plain. My songs are blunt. I'm doing this. This is my fault. This happened. This is how I got out of it.
You
Just
know,
real simple, you know.
But that's effective. I think that is a great way to get all of our attentions and, you know, your lyrics
Well, thanks.
personally, Jason, Dave, myself, when we're listening to that, that's how we can feel that we've been through something similar or, you know, maybe the same thing.
Well, you just have to not compare yourself to other people and do what it is that's close to your heart and be able to do that in a way where you still can do, you know, a good example would be you play a show with somebody and after they're done, I mean, I'm the kind of guy, I know a lot of musicians like this. They see a band and then they're like, that's what I want to do. I want to do that. And then whatever it is, I mean, a good reggae band, Midnight, you see that band play and you're going to be like, I want to play slow reggae grooves all the time. Then all these different, I see fusion bands and I'm like, oh God, I got to go home and practice. And I don't, you know.
Well,
But
you are David
you gotta
Carano.
be yourself. You gotta be yourself. That's really what's the honest. Be yourself. You know, let other people do their stuff. You're gonna have something they like always, and so it's fun to play with other bands for that reason. You're just like, man, you guys blew me away. Then you get up there and do your thing. You just got to remember not to doubt yourself after you watch a band that rips some other genre or something. Just to be like, okay, this is what I do, and then you can take it home. That's the best example of taking from what you want. You know how people say that? I take what I want from it.
Sure.
You take what you want from it. You take those influences and pull them into something. I usually do it on a one-song basis. If something really influences me, I'm like, I got to get that vibration kind of in one of my songs.
And it usually comes from like an emotional place.
Always for me.
Always. Have you ever written songs that are like fun and kitschy and upbeat? And I mean, I assume you have, but
Of course he has.
Yeah.
like some old Plump material.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
I do occasionally. I'm trying to get more back into that, but it's so weird with all the stuff going on in the world. It's really hard for me personally to get totally in that zone. And when I do, it's still kind of emotional, but like I was playing you that song yesterday that we were thinking about doing about Little Fluffy Dog. That
Yeah.
would be a good example. You know, but even it has its serious things, but I don't know. My thing is with songs is I like them to be fun. I want it to be party music, but that's not necessarily always where my heart's at. You know, I got a kid. Kids are hurting around the world. You can have fun and party all you want, but for me, I'm always like, got to do something to change the world, kind of.
Very noble
Yeah.
of you. I mean,
So that's-
I'm supporting that. I can dig that. I wanted to keep talking about songwriting, but you know we can get back to this.
We should play.
Yeah, let's play.
Let's play.
It's time to play.
So
Yeah. Before this, we ran a tune of mine.
Hip Hop 10.
That is it Hip Hop 10 or is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Pop 10.
This I think this would be considered one of my more fun songs.
Oh, with me too in the shot. But
Yeah, cool.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've been infatuated with the moon. because the moon is the most obvious example of just what's the word I'm looking? It's just crazy to see this thing floating around, trapped in this time-space continuum with Earth.
Sure.
To see this big ball right there, and it always brought me back to kind of reality, which really isn't like a definite reality, but brings me back to that everything's one, whether you believe, whether you're God, or you're more Eastern about the way you believe, whatever. The moon brings me to the fact that the cosmos and the cosmic value of life is right down there with everything. It's all the,
It's very deep,
numbers
David.
and patterns that relate on every level. And the moon I wrote this song about the moon. I have a bunch of songs about the moon, but this is one of them. Let's try it. This one's called Full Moon.
Yes, I set Jeff at Pop 10.
How's
And
everything sounding?
yeah, how's everything sounding?
Everybody's chiming in saying it sounds good.
So I'm going to turn on Jeff.
High def audio.
And
Feel it. That'll work. You guys want to hit it?
after you, brother.
One.
Oh, one. So you can 1, 2, 3.
Jeff, don't play any fills during this song, okay?
I won't. Or he won't.
1, 2, 3, 4. Try to change again. There is some inaccurate lyrics in that song.
Yeah.
I wrote it before I had really started getting into Albert Einstein, and I say magnetized to Mother Earth, but it's not magnetized. I should have said I'm caught in time with Mother Earth, but I keep forgetting that I changed that. And then there's so hot and cold and beautiful, magnetically centrifugal, which is totally false too. But I've tried to find something else, and nothing works as well
You
as
still
that.
take
does.
creative license with it. I mean,
Right.
it's all right, man. You have to be factually accurate scientifically with a song.
I'm gonna have an 8th grade education, so. I'm just- But thanks for letting me play that.
It's all
Oh, man, great
It's a great
song.
song. Yeah, we loved it.
That was in the key of C.
Yeah. One of my
And,
piano songs, actually.
You know, I was going to ask. I almost had a hunch due to the guitar parts, the orchestration.
Yeah.
It seemed like I had a thought there that hey, maybe David played this on piano,
Yeah,
wrote this on
I have
piano.
a few tunes I wrote on piano, and that's one of them. And they're different. They're definitely different than my guitar tunes. You know.
Yeah, man, that was really cool. Thanks for showing me that.
Thanks. For
I'm gonna use this part in my song. I'm just. That's what I want to take from the song. Bad joke, but no,
That was a good joke.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. Okay, I didn't hear any laughing.
Good joke. I'm
doesn't
slashing
have
your
good
tires before I leave. Slashing it. Mike drives a Camaro, by the way.
Well,
Bitching Camaro.
I do, but I don't. Now that we have
Just
this,
say yes, I do, and flip your hair and be done with it.
I do. So, let's talk about some gear.
All right.
Cool. We can't talk about all your gear. I'm looking at your pedal board, but
It's
Get
like
the camera down there on it.
Yeah, we're getting the camera up. It's like the Colonel's secret recipe.
yeah, if you could,
MSG is what it is, but yeah, you can't really give all away your
I'll
secrets.
walk you through my pedals.
please, and then
Is it on camera yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a whole big box of pedals, and occasionally I'll dub one of them in because I want a weird effect. But one of my problems is that I get confused with too many effects. So obviously my go-to is a wah-wah pedal because there's just so many things you can do with it. I'm looking to get a good envelope filter, but you can do that if you know how to move your feet right. You can kind of.
this is a real unique wah pedal that David's using.
I can kind of get some envelope filter kind of things. Then of course I always have a delay because in that tune I had it real loud, but I usually just keep my delay
Oh, okay. Yeah,
almost like a reverb. So like when I'm playing, you can.
it's a nice mod setting on the carbon copy.
Yeah, it's got a mod setting in the bottom. And then I always use one of these. I have a couple different ones, but
Now that's an oldie.
This Boss one works great because it's the smallest one, but it's just a tremolo.
Is that like an old? That's the old Japanese ones from the '80s, right?
It might be. I don't think so because I bought it about 10 years ago. But basically, what I use it for.
Well, the
is
'80s was 10 years ago.
That's. Thank you. But I play through 2 amps, and so I don't have that going on now, so it's not like I can use it as an example. But I just pan back and forth from amps.
All right. Oh,
Turn it on.
wow.
But when I have 2 amps going, it pans back and forth. It softens the sound a lot of times when I'm too loud or when someone's soloing and I want to do something. It makes a real nice.
So you run stereo.
I run stereo.
Good man.
But it's really just to use 2 amps so that I can get the tone of 2 amps that I find any two tube amps makes them matchless. You can quote me on that because.
Wow.
So then I use a distortion as well, overdrive, but I'm hiding that because I don't want anyone to buy my same distortion pedal.
So even
get off my back.
Yeah.
even with the application in here, having the 5-watt Bad Cat and then your little 7-watt Champion
I
over
didn't
here.
know I was going through that.
Yeah, your stereo.
Not really though, because I'm not stereo from my deafening. I would have to go 2 outs of that to get the sound I'm talking about. But
That's what. It doesn't matter.
His
So
pedal's
that's-
not in stereo. is what
That's what I do. I
Yeah,
use
that's
2
not
amps.
in stereo.
These 2 little Music Man amps.
Oh man, 2 of the same amps.
I have 4 Music Man amps. I have 2 that are the same, but I usually use a different one with I have a 12 RD50 I think it is, and then I have a 210 one. The wider amps get a better thump on the bass. Wider amps get a better bass sound, so you got to use a wider amp to get that sound. Those thinner amps, Mesa Boogies, and those the ones that they're just as big as the speaker, they can sound pretty bassy, but not as much as when you widen it out a little bit. So I always use at least my 15-inch one, and then I have
15.
Yeah, and I use the 15 with the 112, or else I use the 210 with the 112.
Wow, cool.
So.
And you're talking about David and the Goliaths.
Anytime I play
Or-
guitar, I use the same rig lately.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Cool. Very cool. It should be that way. I have a few friends that I think we both have a few friends, depending on what band they're in, they use different equipment.
right.
That's interesting.
I kind of do that, but I think I come from more of the school of just kind of using the same stuff. I struggle with that sometimes. I've gotten some gigs with bands, you know, the band plays a 60s kind of vibe and they want like a certain thing. And I can do that, but a lot of times I choose not to do that because I can get those same sounds with my rig I use just because it doesn't look a certain way. But you guys got to all try it. If you're struggling with your tone, well, one of the keys to it is sometimes I put my amps far. When they're the same amp, I put them side by side. When they're not the same amp, I stack them because then I don't know what amp it's coming from and it comes out as one sound. And when you're playing somewhere where maybe they're not miking you, it sounds even better. But when they're miking you, you then have this decision to make. Can you mic both amps? Are you going to keep them both equal? Can you pan them? And if you're going to mic one, which one to mic? So when I'm using my 15, I always mic the 15. But when it comes to the 210s and the 12, I'm not real fond of either of them on their own. So I'm like, which one to mic when they only have one mic? I usually go with the 212s. But you got to try it. If you have 2 amps, try to go into it and put them next to each other because one amp is always going to have better values to it than the other amp, and the other one's going to have better things. One of my amps is real mid-ranging and one's got a real mid-scoop, and together they make for a really cool sound.
Very cool.
One time at Chad Farron's, Chris McGreal's old house, they set up like 6 guitar amps and went all around the room. It was amazing.
That must have been so fun.
It was amazing.
I want to do
It
that.
was cool. Just like guitar amps going all the way around the room. So
You have
Cool,
any
you gotta try
questions
it.
for David, Jason? Any people have any questions? Do you guys have any questions for David? We're talking about gear, and he's blowing my mind right now. So if my mind's blown, there should be some questions. Anything happening?
Yeah, everyone's just like liking it.
Everyone's
pretty much.
liking
No
it?
more questions.
Everyone's learning.
Everyone's learning. Everyone's liking. Yeah.
Well, hey, great. You want to talk about some influences?
yeah, not like I'm that big of a deal or anything, but last time we came on the show, you had got me all jacked up on some Zach Wild coffee,
Zach Wild Coffee.
and I was like
Death Wish Coffee
floored,
Company.
and I was talking about some of my favorite songwriters. I think I threw out a couple names, but I just wanted to clarify that for years my favorite songwriters have been Stevie Wonder and Joni Mitchell, and they both
Excellent.
write in such different ways, and they both write so linearly. They'll just keep coming with this just a abundance of lyrics and ideas. Kurt Cobain,
You're really moved by lyrics. Is that like the number one thing?
melodies. I like
melody.
melodies, and I like catchy melodies. And to be honest, I've been listening to a little Stevie lately and been like, oh, I love it. I still love it, but I'm kind of at a different point. Another one of my favorite bands is and here we go with the bad memory is Citizen Cope. Clarence, the guy who writes those songs. You gotta check that stuff out if you've never heard it.
I would love to check it out.
There's always a common ground. There's like a drum beat through it all. A lot of times he sings the same note. He's an ex-junkie. He's got a bunch of intense lyrics, and he's got this conviction that I've never seen with anyone. When he plays, he just looks out in the audience and you feel like he's singing to this huge thing, and you're just like entranced by it. But you know, Stevie Wonder, Chris Cornell, Kurt Cobain, you know, I could say some wacky ones too. Madonna is one of my favorite songwriters.
Yeah, we've
Nina Simone is an intense figure, you know. And there's a lot of people that just sing songs that I love, that just sing other people's songs. I mean, Aretha Franklin, and I know there's so many I don't even know where to start.
So
last time I think I named just a couple people, and I just wanted to clarify that there's so many people, but Stevie Wonder and Joni Mitchell are two of my hugest influences. I don't really try to sound like either of them or do their thing, but I'm just
no, I love hearing
blown
that.
away by what they do, you know.
I'm really curious about that. You're influenced by Zakk Wylde's coffee, but not Zakk himself.
Sometimes you feel like you're getting dated. No, Zach's great. One time I had a breakup with a girlfriend. I was like 29 at the time. I was totally not in the rock and roll scene whatsoever, and I went and bought myself a ticket to Ozzy and went by myself. Met some girls, hung out, partied, and went and watched Ozzy with Zach. He's great. Zakk Wylde's great. He's a great influence. He's a great guitar player.
He is.
He's great. But I'm still coming from like the John Scofield, Wayne Krantz, Andy Van Halen. Like those guys are still doing it for me, and there's a bunch of newer guitar players that I love. But I just, when you know, my cup is full with influences. I love Zakk Wylde, but when it comes to rock guitar players, I'm still kind of a Van Halen freak. Doesn't really get much more than that because his personality was so big in his playing. You couldn't put him in a box, and those tones on those first couple albums and that band and David Lee Roth's offbeat singing, which is absolutely incredible.
It is.
And the whole band.
A lot of fun.
And then everyone knows you don't pay a lot of tribute to Alex Van Halen, who is one of the best rock drummers ever. I mean, the stuff he does.
Agreed.
He also has his own sound, you know.
Oh, I'm glad you said all that.
You know, there's a bunch of guys. I could go on and on about guys in town that influenced me. Both my brothers, my sister.
Good. I'm glad you went there. That was my next question. Anybody in town? So
yeah, there's all kinds of guys. You know.
Name two.
I mean, you're having Jeff Schneider on next week. He's an old friend of our family's. I've been watching him play since I was a little kid. Can't touch anything he does. You're going to be blown away.
I think all of us.
The guy is absolutely over the top and humble, and just is going to come in and just be like, he's going to do all this stuff, and you're going to know what he does. You know?
Genius with the gear too.
My brother. I could start naming people, but I don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like I've met a lot of new guitar players and new people through the musicians I play with, Charles Weller and Ricky Giordano, who you're going to have on and stuff, and Ricky's huge influence on me, and both of us vice versa. We give each other lessons.
That's
and
so cool.
Turned me on to a bunch of young cats that are absolutely ridiculous and depressing to listen to, so I just go off. Do you write songs and sing horribly? Because, no.
Got a couple questions.
Let's take these questions.
People are inquiring. Actually, I will go to the person because he was probably supposed to chime in. Danny Robinson is asking what wah pedal is that?
It's a ZVEX wah probe, so it works off of a proximity sensor, which is just like a theremin. And the reason I started using it is for one reason, is I have a box of 12 wah-wah pedals that all squeak in a bag of them. A bag of 12 wah-wah pedals that all squeak, and I just wanted something with no moving parts. It's a little difficult to get used to, and I have this little bar that I built right here.
Can I try it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do see the bars for your heel.
Yeah.
I'm going to go lefty on this.
Do it.
I'm going to get lefty on this one.
Stranger on it.
Yeah, because was I going to start rapping? I won't rap. I can do this all day.
And then,
thank you for that.
So you gotta. What I like about this one especially is when you go full out, when you go all the way into it, it's still got bass.
Yeah.
So they designed it with the different parameters. So and if I want, I'm playing it some funk tunes. Hey, stay away from my guitar with that pointy thing.
Oh shit!
Just kidding.
Stop.
I can go all the way into it and. It's not as tinny as a wah-wah pedal when you go all the way up. I think they designed that parameter within it, so when you go all the way on it, you can also go to the side of it.
Oh, cool.
But I like it because it has no moving parts, and I like the guys from the company. They're real wacky.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, we one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I use a lot of them.
I'm a fan of them as well. They're little.
Yeah.
That is like the most obnoxious fuzz.
I had the probe of that. It was crazy.
They make that's
yeah,
right.
They do,
Yeah.
and I sold it, and I wish I didn't. You know.
Darn it.
Yeah, the sequel. Also,
Well, at least I know what to get you for your birthday, if I can find one, huh? They're kind of rare. So yeah, it's a little.
They make them. They make a Korean version that has a power supply and everything. Because they don't have power supplies, you got to replace the bottom plate on the probes to get a power supply in it. They have a bottom plate that goes in and has a little. I have a little cord that hangs out of there that I have to plug it in with. But now they make a Korean version that has the power supply plug-in right there, and it's the same parts.
Wow.
A lot cheaper.
Wow, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
It's very rare that a boutique company like that will offer that. How are we looking on time, gentlemen?
We're pretty close to the
Pretty
end,
close.
yeah.
So we're going to get to you plug in your gigs, and then we're going to sign off on another fat Jeff jam by Beat Buddy. What's
If you play one more song. And
Yeah.
Let's do one more song with the uke, and then let's do. Right, we're gonna do that.
Okay, gigs.
Whatever you want to do. Talk about some gigs.
Next week on the Friday the 27th, I believe, or the 26th. What is Friday? I'm playing with Wise Monkey Orchestra at Winston's.
All right.
It's a double bill. We're playing first, and then Peabody's on Saturday with the Boundary Birds, and then Sunday, Tim Felton has a big funk jam up at Panama 66.
Oh, I've heard about that.
And I'm sitting in on the funk jam and I
Cool.
play the whole night with those guys doing a bunch of rare groove stuff.
Wow.
So that'll be fun. So next weekend's going to be a big bunch of gigs. So it's free to get into Panama 66. You can bring your kids. It's a great venue. Come and hang out. You feel like you're hanging out in Cuba.
Right
Yeah,
on.
You know?
that's cool.
Very cool. Yeah, let's see what you got.
You
on
went
the-
long with Jimmy. We can go long.
Yep.
Seriously. Should we try this one?
Yeah, why not?
David, we will go as long as you like, my friend. You're the guest. But I'm curious about our
This
co-op.
is, same maker of my guitar. This is his personal ukulele he sold me. He makes them with binding and inlays, and this is his real simple one, and I bought it off him a few years ago. And
Lower D.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's just like a guitar capoed at the 5th fret, you know. It's the same. That's why I like it, because you can play it just like a regular instrument.
Did we find the right? We're not. You're doing this by yourself.
No, let's try to do it together.
Okay.
Wait, I've walked you guys. We're gonna try to play a song. It's called Half a Mile. I thought about playing it this morning, and it's about losing your friends.
Yeah, I don't have a beat prepared for this. It's okay.
Let's
though.
just do it without a beat, then we'll close it out with the jam with Jeff. You guys can just come in whenever. Wish I could have given you back half the time you gave to me. Maybe then where you are wouldn't be such a mystery. Should I sing into the mic?
Yeah, probably try.
I would walk on my hands around the world to hear your voice again. Part of my heart belongs to you. I didn't know it then. Try that change. Stuck out of phase, caught in the days. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have given it all away. I remember when you lived a half a mile away. If I could go back in time, I'd memorize your last name. And I am the only one to blame. change. I was stuck out of phase, caught in a daze. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have given it all away. If I knew then what I know now, I would have done it differently. Here we go, the change. If I knew then, I would have changed. You were a very good friend. If I knew then what I know now, I would have given it all away. If I knew then what I know now, I would have done it differently. Let's end it right here. If I knew then. Dedicated to Chris Cornell, of course.
That was beautiful, David. Great song. Great song.
Jeff.
Jeff, so on that note, guys, I am Mike Ruggirello, your host for Theory Thursday. Here is...
I'm Jason Thomas, and again, thank you guys for watching and chiming in, and also remind you guys that we do have next week.
Yes, we have next week. Ricky Giordano will be here, another great guitar player, so tune in. We promptly try to start at noon, and we will see you there. This is David Carano, fantastic musician.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks, David, for coming and helping.
Yes, and this is a
Thanks, Jason
SWR
and Mike.
production. Thank you so much for all the help. We are going to go off, and we'll see you next week. Jeff?
What key?
Call it out.
Whatever you want, brother.
Let's just play the full moon groove.
Yeah, bust.
Do we?
Thank you.